So in this problem we're looking at two insulators, a cotton cloth and a glass plate. To simulate these, I'm going to draw a circle and a square. So this will be our cloth and our glass. And we're going to start off with them both neutral, so 4 pluses. So they each have 4 pluses and 4 minuses. So they're both neutral right now. In the second step, the rag is rubbed onto the glass. Now this is a lot different than the conductors that we saw earlier, the cans touching, because these are two insulators. In this situation, they're basically going to be rubbed together. And notice that when they touch, they don't just become one like the cans do. But because they're being rubbed together, the friction causes the electrons to be exchanged. And whenever you have two different materials, one of them is usually going to like electrons more than the other. So they have different affinities. And the friction will loosen up the electron and it will go to the one that wants the electron more. In this case, the cotton cloth likes the electrons more than the glass. So the glass is going to lose electrons. Let's make it lose 2. These negative charges are the electrons, and I'm going to put them over here onto the cotton. So they went from here and they moved over here because of the friction. Remember, the friction happens here. This isn't just a touching. This is like a rubbing up and down, creating friction. So let's write the charge of each during this process. This one's negative. Became negative after the rubbing of the friction force that caused the electron to transfer over. And this one's positive because it has less negatives than a positive. It has 4 positives and 2 negatives. At this point, the two materials are separated, and notice the charge goes with them. So let's count the charges. This one has 6 negatives and 4 positives, so it is net negative. And this one has 4 positives and 2 negatives, so it is net positive. And of the 4 ways that electrons can be transferred, friction, conduction, induction, or grounding, this obviously was friction.